What's up? Today I was on a run and thinking about club teams and club coaches and how to play the game, all right? So club coaches has a lot of bad raps that they're taking away from teams, that they're teaching bad habits, or that they're kind of undermining the head coach of the team. And it really doesn't have to be that way. I was a club coach post high school, college, and stuff like that. And when I was in high school, I did a lot of extra stuff. It wasn't really a club team, more that I would go to different high schools, different colleges, and different places and wrestled there. And my coach encouraged me to go. I think a lot of it has to do with how I did it. And a lot of people do the same way. I know Jason Welch has the same thing where he went to a ton of different places and learned all the different moves. But when it comes down to it, comes down to the wrestler and the club coach. Wrestler, this is things that you can do. You can be the guy on the team. A lot of times that the club guys are the better guys in the room because they want to get extra stuff. They're looking for that outside help that the coach can't really teach, one, or most of the often it's the guys on the team need to be coached. So coach has 30 guys on the team, maybe half of them are new. You're not going to coach someone the same move if he's trying to place at state versus he just coming in for the first time, doesn't know a stance. So that's not on the coach's fault, but it happens. So main thing when you're going to practice, so your high school practice, you have to be there every single practice. That's your number one. You got to do all the reps with enthusiasm. So you got to play the game, right? You can't go into practice being like, oh, I shouldn't be here. My club coach does this. We're so much better. You're alienating your way out of the team. So most of the time, that's your good friends are going to be at your high school, right? You're going to spend most of your time with your high school coach. So outside of season, yeah, you can go outside and do your other practices, but during season, that's your high school coach. That's who you listen to. Those are the moves you do, and you got to believe in it, all right? You got to show the other guys on the team that you're a leader, that you're doing the right things, and then once you have that, then outside of practice, you can do what you want. Most of the time, if the coach doesn't have that big of an ego and you establish a good relationship that you're working hard throughout practice and you're not tired from your other practices and doing that stuff, they'll let you go. It happened to me, and I went to a lot of different places, and especially when it hit postseason, where we didn't have guys going into postseason most of the time. It was just me. So I went to different places, and I was welcomed in there, and most of the time my coach drove me to those places. So it was more of a welcoming feeling instead of, no, you can't go, you have to listen to me type thing. So if a wrestler as a club coach comes into me and starts bagging on their high school coach or their moves or people in there, I automatically stop them. So you have to have a good relationship between your coach, your high school coach, and your club coach. Without that, the wrestler is going to get confused. He's going to fall apart, and you're not going to get that wrestler coming to you because the coach is not going to like it. If he finds out that you're bad talking him and bad talking their moves, that's an ego thing, and a lot of coaches will not let your wrestler come to you, or they're going to strongly against it. And guys that you would have got, probably not anymore. So be thankful for the coach putting out his time. Most of them are volunteers, and they're the number one guy. So you, as a club coach, especially during high school season, during junior high season, are secondary to what they're actually doing. During freestyle and Greco or off-season camp stuff, yeah, you can be the guy for them. They can come to you. Most teams don't have an off-season. If they do have an off-season, yep, you're back to secondary, and you're following what they do. So be a leader, follow along, play the game. All right, even though if you don't like this move or you think it's stupid, you keep your mouth shut and you do the reps. There's always something you can learn from those moves. So if you're like, oh, this coach is taking forever to teach how to do a stand-up. Well, there's 30 different ways to do a stand-up, and a lot of guys don't know all the finer details, and it's the finer details that really show when you get out on a good guy and not. So learn the moves even better. Teach your guys how to do the moves. Be a secondary coach for them if you need to be, because that'll also teach you how to do the move even better. So be a leader, coach, do the work, be at every practice with enthusiasm, and most of the time that club coach the secondary coaching will be okay for the head coach of the high school to let you go to. That's it. Thank you very much for watching.